Firstly, I want to start this video by saying that I am the biggest Joe Rogan fan. I started watching him in 2014, and I have religiously watched every single episode. He has brought so much culture and value and information into my life, into my lexicon, and for that, I can never thank him enough. But it seems to me, and I've heard a lot of people say this, and I've been very hesitant to talk about this, but it seems to me that as of late, he has been nothing but an absolute sellout. And I don't know what happened, or who spoke to him, or if he just organically changed. But his recent podcast episodes are nothing like the original JRE that we have grown to know and to love. He, as of late, has had on nothing but people that are expected to be on the Jimmy Fallon show. And I do not want Joe Rogan to become Jimmy Fallon. I don't want him to have on uninteresting actors and to have on people in the government like Kash Patel. What is this? Is this just a CIA hub for information? Is he bought off somehow? And why did he abandon all of the blue collar workers that really enjoy his podcast and use it as a way to educate themselves on what's happening and what's going on throughout the world? All of the most recent news stories that would break, he would have someone on that would expand upon it in a way that was digestible and able to be understood by the masses. And that is what made Joe Rogan so popular. Yeah, I'm not talking about what he did back in the day with having on guests that we didn't know or didn't understand yet. I totally get it. Look at his list of old episodes that we knew nothing about these people, and then suddenly we came to love them, whether it be Duncan Truxell, Alex Jones. You can go on and on and on, even Theo Vaughn or Shane Gillis, or you go way far back and you're talking about Neil deGrasse Tyson, Sam Harris, Graham Hancock, Randall Carlson. You're talking about all of these people that it seemed more organic. It seemed more like he was doing it for the love of the sport. Ever since he got that Spotify deal, things have changed up. And trust me, Joe, I get it. I understand that you have to pay the bills. And by no means am I hating the podcast that has brought me so much value. I just think that the golden years of Joe Rogan are over. They're absolutely over. Me personally, I have never been a huge fan of his MMA podcasts, but some of them are absolutely incredible and some of them I don't understand, and that's not my thing. However, those are not the podcasts that I'm criticizing. The fact of the matter is that he's a grown man and he can have whoever the fuck he wants on his podcast. Whether we watch it or not, he is totally in charge of the guests that he allows to come on and platform themselves in front of millions of people. I'm not speaking about those podcasts. I'm speaking about, and trust me, guys, I was the biggest advocate for having Donald Trump on, but then he has JD Vance on, which I love too. Then you have Kash Patel on multiple times, which I'm questionable about. And yeah, he did have on Bernie Sanders and all these other people, and I'm not left wing. I consider myself to be more so right wing, but really, I'm just in the middle. I don't really care about politics, and I don't want politics crammed down my throat, but I don't want someone on that's consistently going to lie about certain topics that I know are absolutely false. Like Kash Patel. Why the fuck have that guy on? Why have him on? And I get it. You could have him on, but just call out his bullshit. That's all I'm asking. And honestly, guys, Joe Rogan doesn't have to do anything. I'm just grateful that he posts at all. He has given me so much value throughout the years. In fact, just 2 months ago, I went down to Austin, Texas and attended one of his Kill Tony shows, and it was amazing. I got a picture outside of the Comedy Mothership, and I walked up and down Fifth Street for a couple days and had some amazing interactions. It was a lot of fun. Fifth Street is kind of a, or Sixth Street, whatever it is kind of a shithole. There's a lot of homeless people there, like 1-to-1 ratio, homeless people to tourists. if you will. But nonetheless, I absolutely love Joe Rogan. This is by no means a hit piece, and he will have forever given me more value than 99.9% of people that have ever walked the face of the earth. All I'm saying is, it sure seems like he is not tending to his audience anymore. He's having to promote books for people or present movies, movie premieres. He's doing all of these things, and I'm thinking to myself the entire time, you get a pass, Joe. I know you have to feed your family. I know you have to pay your bills. I know you're trying to reach out to a broader audience, but I wonder if he ever thinks that he has become the exact person that he used to talk shit on in the early 2000s. People don't want some polished person speaking to a celebrity with pre thought out clips that they are going to regurgitate on his podcast in order to promote a movie. We don't want that. We want the old Joe Rogan. Where is Alex Jones? And I understand it is not the Alex Jones show, but he has made that podcast. He has helped make it since the creation of it. When Joe Rogan was not that big, his biggest guest was Alex Jones. What happened to him? Why is he no longer on the Alex Jones show? Even Duncan Trussell recently had on Alex Jones, and yet Joe Rogan doesn't want anything to do with him. I understand that there may be some animosity there, and Alex Jones has definitely stepped on Joe Rogan's toes in the past in a way that is not reconcilable. But you should get it together, be a bigger man, and have them on. Have on these people. When things happen throughout the world, it's now his responsibility. I hate to say that because he didn't ask for it, and it's not a burden that any man should have bestowed upon them, but he just so happened to get the biggest platform in the world, and I want to know that he is using it for good a way that will be most beneficial to everyone that watches his podcast. He doesn't have to do anything, guys, but here's what's going to happen. If he doesn't course correct, he is going to slowly fade away. There are new people that are coming up. I could see Danny Jones becoming the next Joe Rogan. I could see Theo Vaughn. He's already began. And does Theo Vaughn have on a lot of Hollywood people? Sure. But at least he does it on his terms. It seems like Joe Rogan is doing it because he's almost forced to. Like they say, hey Joe, we need you to have these three people on. Spotify is paying for this, this, and this, and it's really, really important that you have this person on, or this person. It's people that Joe Rogan used to make fun of. It's the reason he left Hollywood. The reason he left Hollywood is so he didn't have to deal with all this liberal bullshit. And yet that's exactly who he has on his show. It's ridiculous. It's getting absolutely ridiculous. And I hate to say this because, like I'd mentioned, I am the biggest Joe Rogan fan out there. On my Spotify rap, I was in 99.9th percentile of people I was in the 0.0001 percentile of people to watch Joe Rogan. I watch it every single day. I watch it while I'm at work. I watch it before I go to bed. And I'm a massive fan, like akin to what many of you people feel. Most of you guys are probably massive fans of Joe Rogan. If someone tells me they don't like Joe Rogan, then I probably have nothing in common with them. But it sure seems to me like Joe Rogan has totally lost the will of his audience and he is moved on to bigger corporate interests. And I don't know who is lining his pockets. I'm not sure if maybe he's just changed. Maybe the show has just changed and the glory days are over. But I really, really would like to see the old Joe back. I don't care how many times I've heard certain stories of his. The reason we fell in love with the Joe Rogan Experience is because it was real. It was honest. It was open. It was critiquing the parts of society that we hate. We all hate as a collective. And we got together, and he was the voice of America, of people like me and you. And I don't feel like he has that voice anymore. He's lost it. I'm not sure what caused that to happen, but whatever caused it to happen, that thing that we can't quite put our finger on is single-handedly responsible for ruining the Joe Rogan Experience. If you guys happen to know what that thing is, was it him getting a Spotify deal? Is it someone in his ear? Is it the fact that he doesn't want to be in a controversial spotlight anymore after what happened to him throughout COVID? By the way, he won that. He had that CNN doctor on and absolutely destroyed him. He destroyed CNN. I think he should sue the fuck out of CNN for what they said about him, falsely accusing him of taking horse medication, ivermectin. I genuinely I side with him on that, and no one can tell me anything else. But I want to know if you guys feel the same way. Why is he not having certain people on? Why does it feel more Hollywooded all of a sudden? Is it just because he's gotten too big and he has left the people like me and you behind that were there since day one? Or is there something more insidious happening behind the scenes? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to hear what you have to say. Do you guys agree with me? Or am I crazy? I think that he has switched up and he has turned his back on the people that love him so much, and we still love him. We just want him to be more like himself. So thank you guys, and make sure you subscribe and leave a comment explaining why you think Joe Rogan has switched up. What could it possibly be? I want to hear from you. Thank you.